much it taught me, and for that I say thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next, I'm so grateful for my ex. Thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next, I'm so spend more time with my friends. I ain't worried about nothing. Been loving this one, and so many of you have been asking for a tutorial for it, and this is a really easy song to play. I just have a capo here on the first fret. So first I'm going to throw you guys into some chord close-ups, and then we will jump into our picking and strumming patterns. Okay, so this is me just kind of inserting like a note while I'm editing this video. Actually, I'm not editing the video right now, but I did rewatch back some of the footage, and I noticed that I called the A minor 7 chord the A7 chord throughout the entire video, and I just really don't feel like refilming the whole video. Just know that when I'm saying A7, I actually mean A minor 7. I don't know why I said A7. I think I was just hungry because I film before lunch. Usually I film after lunch. So I wasn't on my game, you know? So just know I mean A minor 7. Not A7. All right, our first chord up is going to be an F major 7, so put your index finger first fret, second string, then you're going to put your index on the second fret, third string, and then your ring finger third fret, fourth string. Now what you can do here is you can take your thumb and reach over and mute these top two strings here, the E and A strings, or strings 5 and 6, however you want to call them, but basically it mutes those top two strings there. But if you don't want to do that, if that feels weird to you, or if you're just confident enough that you can pick it from the D string on down while not picking these two strings, then you can go ahead and do it that way, and the chord is going to sound just like this. Next up we have an E7, so you're going to put your index on the first fret, third string, then take your middle finger and place it on the second fret on the A string here, and you're going to hit all the strings. Our next chord is an A7. All you're going to do for this is just move each finger down one string, and you're going to strum from the A string on down. Our final chord is a C7. Just take that index off and then just swap it with the ring finger on the third fret, fifth string, A string, and you're going to strum from the string on down. Alright, so our progression for this song starts off on the F major 7th, goes to the E7, almost said A7, E7, then to our A7, and then our C7. So we're going to go ahead and start with our strumming pattern, so it's going to sound a little something like this. Okay, so I'm going to break that down much slower. So we're going to go ahead and just start with just the strumming itself. Don't even worry about the chords yet. So just mute your strings here. You don't need to press down. You just need to rest your fingers over it just to get this effect. The pattern goes like this. So there's a little bit of a mute in there. And that mute is going to help catch some of the strings because you kind of just want to cut them so they don't continue to ring out and it sounds really weird and just, you know, awkward. So basically the pattern is down, up, mute, down, up, mute, down, up, mute, down, up, mute. So taking that a little bit slower, down, up, mute, down, up, mute. So instead of referring to just downs, ups, and mutes, it might help some of you to actually count it out. So we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. A little slower. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, down, up, mute. So anytime you have a down strum, that's a number, that's like a count, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime that you have an up strum is an and, but those mutes, the X's that you see, those also count as like a downstroke. That's how you count those. So the only thing that you really have to worry about that's different is the upstrokes. The up strums, those are always your ands. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. What I recommend for patterns like this is to break it down as slowly as possible, as slow as you need to, and then just work your way up to speed. So if you kind of have to move like an earthworm, like, do it, but keep it consistent. Now adding the chords in. Now, if you're a beginner and you feel like that strumming pattern is just kind of like way out of your league right now, just start with simple, easy down strums. You can do the same thing. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. And then just keep with the rhythm of it. And that's honestly a great way to start. And you can fill in the blanks as you go and just up your game and challenge yourself. Hold on, I hear some noises in the background. I got other people in the house. I gotta tell them to kindly keep it down so I can teach. You can just turn it down a little. I'm filming. You can still have it on. Just good luck with the ice falling on the roof. I don't even hear it up here. They said there's ice falling on the roof. There's no ice falling on the roof, at least that I hear right now. I just heard voices and a TV on in the background. But the snow is actually falling right now and it is beautiful. I do have a second strumming pattern for you guys. It's very similar to the pattern that we just went over. The only difference is that it's just a little shorter, so it sounds like this. So basically, instead of going back up a second time, you just go from the down strum, you rest a little bit, and then you mute. So it's down, up, mute, down, mute, down, up, mute, down, mute. So with F major 7th, down, up, mute, down, mute. So that's all I have for strumming. We're gonna go ahead and just move on to our picking pattern. This is so much fun, I love this. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our F major 7th chord. And I'm gonna put my thumb here on the D string, and I'm gonna pick that first. Then I'm gonna take my index and I'm just gonna hit up on the B and E strings. So what I'm doing here, we go D string, then B and E, then all the strings except the B string. Just the D and the E. Just like that. So D, B and E, D, E. And you're gonna add in a slap mute. So we have mute, just like that. And that mute you want in there because it just cuts it so you don't have like awkward strings ringing out, because if we didn't do that, it would sound like this. That doesn't sound good. And then basically what we're gonna do from the F major 7th, we're gonna go ahead and make our E7, and we're gonna do the same exact picking pattern. All we're doing is just changing the string that our thumb is hitting, so we're like our bassy strings. So we're gonna go ahead and take our thumb and hit up here on our thickest string, 6th string, E string, whatever you wanna call it. And you're still going to hit up on the B and E strings down here. And then you're gonna pick the 2 outer strings again. So you have, and again with the slap, so you have pick, pick, mute, pick. And this transition is pretty easy because the A7 and the E7, same exact shape, just 1 string down for each finger. Then all you're gonna do is just take your thumb, instead of picking the E string, you're gonna pick the A string, 1 string down. Just like that. From here, all you gotta do is remove your index finger. We're making our C7, put that ring finger up here. Same pattern, same picking pattern, because the A7 and the C7 picked exactly the same. So you can just keep your thumb on the A string. So all together. And that is it for the entire song. So you have both a picking and a strumming pattern. Super easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's just it'll just flow with you. And because the chords pretty much all have similar shapes except for the F major 7, that's the kind of like different one out of the bunch. But the E7, the A7, the C7, those are all just really easy transitions. You almost really don't have to think too much about your transitions. You can start kind of just picking on autopilot after a while, and it's really cool. All right, so now that we've went over everything, chords, strumming, picking, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys through a playthrough of the song. Keep in mind, it is the same 4-chord progression throughout the entire song. So really easy to just follow along with. And I think I'm just kind of like talking a lot because I'm kind of stalling because I'm not so confident with the lyrics. Like I know them, but I don't know if I know them, you know? But I have them right here in front of me just in case if I should need them. So we're gonna see how I do. If I mess up a lyric, I mess up a lyric, you know? That's life sometimes. Thought I'd end up with Sean, but he wasn't a match. Wrote some songs about Ricky, now I listen and laugh. Even almost got married, and what beat I'm so thankful. Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, cause he was an angel. One taught me love, one taught me patience, and one taught me pain. Now I'm so amazing. I loved and I lost, but that's not what I see. Look what I've got, look what you taught me, and for that I say thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next, I'm so grateful for my ex. Thank you. Next, thank you. Next, thank you. Next, I'm so spend more time with my friends. I ain't worried about nothing. Plus I met somebody else. We having better discussions. I know they say move on too fast, but this one gon' last. Cause her name is Gigi, and I'm so good with that. I've got so much love, got so much patience, and I flubbed in lyrics, but you guys get it. The song is really repetitive. I'm just not gonna sit here and run through a million playthroughs of the song trying to perfect the lyrics because that really isn't the important part of this tutorial. It's a guitar tutorial, it's not a cover. I'm just gonna actually end it there because if you've got any of the parts that I just played, you have the entire song. When you get to the bridge, just go ahead and just single down strum it. I'm holding hands with my mama. So just take it single down strum, just like that. Super simple, but I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial for Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. This was so much fun to play, and I love the 7th chords. 7th chords kind of have a slight little jazzy feel to them, so that's really cool. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and let me know down below in the comments if you're an Ari fan, what other Ariana Grande songs should I teach? Also, I know every single YouTuber says this. If you want to stay in the know of any of my guitar tutorials, guitar related content, definitely make sure to hit that notification bell below. I know it's such an oversaid thing, but I can't tell you how many times it happens when I put up a guitar tutorial and then literally a week or two later, I get tons of comments asking for that tutorial. So notification bell is the way to go, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter because every time I post new video, I always update my stories, my Twitter feed, all of that, Facebook too. So those are all great ways to know when I am posting videos. And if you want to take it a step further, if you would like to check in and let me know how your progress is going with this song, tag me on Instagram, like with a little video clip of you practicing Thank You Next, because I would love to watch it. I always watch when people send me their practice check-ins because it's just a way for me to see how my videos actually do help teach people. Like I get to actually see you play with your guitar, which is the coolest thing ever. And that way I can tell you if there's something that you could really improve on or just like slightly fix. And so a lot of people really like when I can kind of give them a little bit of feedback after posting a video. So I highly recommend that. All you gotta do is just make sure your account is on public so that way I can actually like see the video, because even if you tag me, I won't be able to see it if it's on private. And then just tag me either in the post or just in the caption under it, and I will totally check it out and just like comment, hey, can you let me know you know, how I did, or do you have any tips for me? And I would be more than happy to watch it and let you know what I think, if there's anything that I can help you with. It's just kind of almost like you're sitting in a practice room with me and I can give you some feedback. It's not as instant as being in, you know, a one-on-one lesson, but you know, it's Instagram, so it's still kind of instant a little bit. Also, I feel like we should have a hashtag for practice check-ins. So let me know if you guys can help come up with a practice hashtag check-in, like maybe hashtag GG practice or hashtag GG check-in. If you guys can think of something better than that, let me know down in the comments below. I'm totally open to ideas. I like to keep it relatively short, so hashtag GG something that definitely identifies our GG community, but just keeps it nice and short and we know that it's a practice check-in. So I appreciate your guys' help on that if you have any ideas. But that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
So take me away.